Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Two arraignments this morning. I'm sorry, not arraignments, IAs.
Not a problem, Your Honor. I am connected to the podium.
Great. All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? She's putting the headphones on now.
Your Honor, the victim also needs a Spanish interpreter.
Okay, the victim is also here and needs a Spanish interpreter, so maybe without the headphones. Will that work? Okay, again then, ma'am, could you tell me your name?
Nuevamente, señora, ¿nos puede decir su nombre, por favor?
Irene Velázquez.
Irene Velázquez.
Okay, Ms. Velasquez, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail, up to 1 year probation, up to a $1,000 fine.
Bien, señora Velázquez, usted fue detenida, arrestada por un caso de agresión, violencia doméstica, un delito, una falta menor en primer grado, lleva una posible pena de 1 año de cárcel, 1 año de probatorio a libertad vigilada y $1,000 en multas.
Okay, I have reviewed the affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Yo he repasado la affidavit acusatoria y hallo que hay causas que respaldan la acusación.
Now we're going to swear the witness.
El testigo va a prestar juramento ahora, por favor. Levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Sir, could you tell me your name?
Señor, ¿me puede decir su nombre, por favor?
José Bencomo.
José Vincoma.
Okay. And State, would you like to inquire?
¿La fiscal le quiere hacer alguna pregunta?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, su señoría.
Good morning.
Buenos días.
How do you know the defendant?
¿Cómo conoce usted a la acusada?
Es mi esposa. Vivimos hace 5 años.
She's my wife. We've been living together 5 years.
Were drugs and alcohol involved in this incident?
¿Drogas o alcohol tuvieron algo que ver en este incidente?
No.
No.
Are you afraid of her?
¿Usted le tiene temor a ella?
No.
No.
While this case is pending, would you want to have contact with her?
Mientras este caso esté pendiente, ¿usted quiere poder tener contacto, comunicación con ella?
Sí.
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
No tengo ninguna otra pregunta, su señoría.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you do qualify for pretrial release. That's a non-monetary release.
Bien,
Go ahead.
bien, señora, usted es elegible para el programa de pretrial, que es un programa donde no tiene que pagar monetariamente para poder salir.
Okay, conditions of your release are as followed.
Condiciones de su libertad van a ser las siguientes.
That you have no hostile contact with the named victim in this case.
Usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto hostil con la víctima de este caso.
That means if you get angry, you go for a walk.
Eso quiere decir que si usted se enoja, se va a dar una caminada
Until you calm down. Do you understand?
hasta que usted se pueda tranquilizar. ¿Entiende esto, señora?
Also that you possess no weapons
Tampoco puede poseer ningún tipo de armas
and that you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs.
no puede consumir alcohol o ninguna droga ilícita.
And I am ordering random urinalysis as part of your release.
Y estoy ordenando que le hagan pruebas de la orina esporádicamente durante su libertad.
Okay. Anything else, State?
¿Alguna otra cosa, fiscal?
Your Honor, DCF was contacted, but they may or may not accept it. So if there is a DCF plan, just abide by any DCF plan.
Okay, abide by any DCF plan?
También tiene el Departamento de Niños y Familia, se le habían comunicado con ellos. Si ellos tienen un plan, tiene que cumplir y obedecer cualquier plan que el Departamento de Niña y Familia establezca.
Okay, and ma'am, at this time, would you like to have the public defender appointed to represent you?
Y señora, ¿usted desea que se le designe la oficina de defensores públicos para que les represente? Yes.
She fill it? Okay, I am appointing the public defender to represent you.
Bien, se le está designando el defensor público para que les represente.
All right. That is all. Thank you.
Eso es todo. Gracias.
Okay. All right. Next. Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Juan Vázquez Cruz.
Juan Vázquez Cruz.
Okay. He's putting the headsets on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, you are here on an out-of-county warrant. Try to see where this is from. Oh, Hillsborough County. The judge over there set you at no bond. I am going to stay the bond. You'll be transported as soon as possible, okay? And meanwhile, I will appoint the public defender pending your transport.
Ok, no puedo decir entonces nada.
So I cannot say anything.
Ok, entonces no puedo decir nada.
Madam Interpreter.
Am I not allowed to say anything?
Madam Interpreter, I would advise the client not to talk about the facts of the case.
Sir, I cannot change the bond situation. The judge in Hillsborough County set you at no bond on their warrant. I cannot change that, okay? They'll come transport you. That is all. Thank you.
Your Honor, is that the last case for the interpreter?
I believe so.
Thank you. Have a great morning.
You as well.
Thank
Okay, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, good morning. My name is Roy Lee Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, is there anybody here to testify on this case? No? Okay, sir, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence by strangulation, count 1, and then tampering with a witness to hinder communication to a police officer, count 2, domestic violence battery, and then aggravated battery on a pregnant person. I've reviewed the police report. I do find that there is probable cause. Okay, we have nobody here. All right. Sir, you do qualify for PTR. So I am going to release you on pretrial release. That's a non-monetary bond. It doesn't cost you anything, but there are several conditions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Condition 1, you shall consume no alcohol while you're on probation. I'm ordering random not probation. I keep saying that. I apologize. While you're on pretrial release, no alcohol. I'm ordering random urinalysis during that time, just to monitor that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Also, that you have, since we have no one here to talk on their behalf, for the time being, we're going to order no contact. This could be changed by the next judge, but for right now, it's no contact. Therefore, you maintain separate residences. All right. You can return once with the police to obtain your belongings, but for the time being, you all need separate residences. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, also that you possess no weapons. All right? And are you seeking the public defender to be appointed?
Can you say that again?
Are you seeking to have the public defender's office appointed? Okay, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Also, was there any DCF involved in this?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. That is all, thank you.
Oh. Okay, I see what you're saying. Your Honor, he stated that, they just moved from, out of state, and being that he can't go back to the home, he has no one else here, so he would like permission to go back to Michigan. He has a flight today, because he has nowhere else to live.
I have no objection to him going back to Michigan, but he does need to stay in contact with PTR. If they lose contact with you, they're going to file a violation that you basically absconded, then we're going to issue a warrant for you. These are felonies, so they will come pick you up, all right?
Thank you.
And they'll bring you back here on a 6-day trip by way of Seattle and Alaska. They're going to stop a lot of places along the way. So if you want to see the world, in the back of a van locked up,
Yes.
no objection to travel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome. Also, they will charge you for that trip. You would be surprised how much it costs. So. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning. My name is Chandra Clark.
Okay. Is there anybody here on this case? All right. Ma'am, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, alleging a knife, and also battery, domestic violence. Battery is a first-degree misdemeanor. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is a third-degree felony. Okay. Ma'am, I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause. Are you seeking the public defender to be appointed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Qualifies. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And on count 1, the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, I will set bond in the amount of $2,500 and the battery in the amount of $500 for a total of $3,000. Special conditions are, for the time being, to have no contact with the victim, since they are not here today to say anything else. That could be modified by the next judge, all right? Also, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons. Okay. And is DCF involved in this one, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that you abide by any DCF plan, since DCF was contacted in this case.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. That is all.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Jordan Morales.
Okay. Mr. Morales, you were arrested on a warrant charging you with robbery by sudden snatching, battery, domestic violence, as well as petty theft. I have reviewed this, and actually a previous judge had reviewed it as well and found probable cause. This is from events from February 26th of this year. Okay, and are you seeking the public defender?
Yes.
Okay, I will appoint the public defender at this time. And we have somebody in the witness box.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name?
My name is Chantel Pender.
Okay, and state, do you have any inquiry?
I was came over to try and drop the charges against him because for the robbery and theft, I have it right here. So we shouldn't be charged for it.
Okay, well, I'll note that, but state, do you have any inquiry?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am. How do you know the defendant?
That is my ex-boyfriend.
Do you live together?
No,
Are you afraid of him?
no,
While this case is pending, would you like to have contact with him?
yes,
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
no.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, and did she say they live together or they do not live together?
We used to live together, but we don't anymore.
You don't anymore? Okay. All right. Okay, so sir, as to the robbery, sudden snatching, I will stay the bond at 1,000. That's what Judge Carter set. For the petty theft, I will stay the bond at 500. For the battery charge, I will set bond at 500 with special conditions that you have no hostile contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences. You don't live together now, this is not the time to move back in together, all right? Also, that you possess no weapons. And this is alleged to have occurred at her place of work, so no return to her place of work, okay? Anything else, State?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, that is all, sir. I'm an alternate to no hostile contact. She wants to have contact. From a couple of weeks ago. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Brian Douglas George.
Okay, Mr. George, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail, up to a year probation, up to $1,000 fine. Let's see. And I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause for that matter. Let's see. You have anybody here to testify? No, okay. So, sir, I am going to set a bond for you in the amount of $500. Conditions of that bond, that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons, and that you consume no alcohol pending the resolution of this case. And I am ordering random urinalysis as part of your bond conditions. Are you seeking the public defender?
Yes.
I am appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. Okay. Anything else, State?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. That's all. All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Gutierrez.
Okay, Ms. Gutierrez, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail, up to a year probation, up to $1,000 fine. I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause for the charge of battery, domestic violence. Seeing as we have no one here today, I am going to set a bond in the amount of $500 with the following special conditions: that you have no contact with the named victim. Was DCF contacted in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That you follow any DCF plan. That you maintain separate residences. And that you possess no weapons. All right. Are you seeking the public defender? Did you fill it out?
Yes.
Okay. I am appointing the public defender to represent you, ma'am. Okay. And that is all. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Emmanuel Christopher Lampkin.
Hey, Mr. Lampkins, you were arrested and charged with assault, domestic violence, a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 6 months probation, up to 60 days in jail, up to a $500 fine, as well as criminal mischief with the allegation of punching out the window, which is over 200, but not sure if that's a second or third or first-degree misdemeanor. Sir, is there anyone here? No one's here to testify. Okay. Sir, I am going to set bonds on these matters. Okay, as to the assault, I will set a bond in the amount of $500. And as to the criminal mischief, I'll set a bond in the amount of $100 for a total of $600. Special conditions of the bond are that you have no contact with the named victim pending the resolution of this case, that you possess no weapons, that you reside separately. Okay, were you all residing together or no?
No, I stay with her. But I live with my mom.
Okay, well, for the time being, you don't live with her, okay? And are you seeking the services of the public defenders?
No, ma'am.
You're going to hire your own attorney?
I don't need nobody for the case.
Okay. So. He might change his mind, so. Are you declining the public defender? You qualify for the services of the public defender. You don't want an attorney?
And Your Honor, did you order a one-time return with law enforcement to gather anything he has at her house?
Do you have anything at her house?
They can all stay there. I got stuff at my mom's house. I don't.
Okay, perfect. So no, he does not want the public defender, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so he's declining the public defender. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Morning, Darren Nyhoff.
Okay, Mr. Nyhoff, you were arrested and charged with 2 counts of battery domestic violence as well as 1 count of assault domestic violence. Okay. And we have someone here to testify. Okay, can we swear her in, please?
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, ma'am, could you tell me your name?
Heather Lopez.
Okay, and state, do you have any inquiry?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am. How do you know the defendant?
He's my fiance.
Do you live together?
Yes, we do.
Are you afraid of him?
No, not at all.
While this case is pending, would you like to have contact with him?
Yes, we run businesses together and live together, and I'm not moving forward with any charges.
Okay. And were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Was DCF involved in this?
I don't know, Your Honor. I was looking that up.
Okay. All right, sir, you do qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release. Okay, so it doesn't require any money on your part. However, there are conditions. Conditions of your release are that you have no hostile contact. You all can continue to live together, but if you start getting angry, go take a walk. Walk away, all right? Are you Amy Milligan or are you Heather Lopez?
I'm Heather Lopez.
Heather Lopez, okay. And Amy Milligan?
She's the neighbor, and she was not even present.
Okay. Okay, no. So you are to have no contact with Amy Milligan, okay? And no hostile contact with Heather Lopez. And what is 792 East Michigan Street?
That's our residence.
Okay, well, I'm going to alter that then. Okay, so you all can reside together, no hostile contact, you can possess no weapons. And was there a DCF plan or no?
Still looking, Your Honor, I apologize.
Okay. If there's a DCF plan, you are to abide by that. Okay.
Is he getting a bond today?
Ma'am, he's going to be released today, but those are the conditions of his release, okay? It's not going to cost him any money. Now, if he doesn't abide by those conditions, we're going to revoke the pretrial release, then he's going to be back here again to see how or if he gets out again, okay? Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand? That's the most important part. Do you understand? Okay. Thank you, that's all. Oh, wait, one more question. Are you seeking the public defender?
Yes.
Qualify. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thank you.
Great. This was from like 2 months ago. Yeah, because they live together. Confusing me. It doesn't take much. Excuse me. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Richard Russell.
Okay, Mr. Russell, you were, are we here on both of these or just the assault?
We're here on just the assault case here.
Okay, because there's also a civil contempt, but that's usually a purge. All right. Okay, sir, you were arrested and charged with assault, domestic violence, which is a second-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause. And are you seeking the public defender to be appointed? Okay, I will appoint the public defender at this time. Okay, we have no one here to testify, so. Sir, I am going to set a bond on this of $500. Conditions of the bond are that you have no contact with the named victim in this case, that you possess no weapons. Were you all living together? Yes. Okay, you don't live together anymore. Okay. You need to reside somewhere else. Is the property in her name or your name?
And really both.
Okay, do you have someplace else you can stay?
I got you, no. I'm good.
Okay, you can return once to the residence to obtain your property. Okay. And that would be accompanied by police. Okay. And was DCF involved in this one?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Then that is all. Okay. Time to break up. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
DC Sanchez?
Okay, Ms. Sanchez, you were arrested and charged with battery, battery, dating violence. Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
in this particular case, there is a co-defendant. The co-defendant is next. You may want to
I think he's standing right behind her right now.
Right. So you
Okay.
may want to just see them together, just so you can ask whether or not they want to have contact with each other.
Okay, all right. Sure. Okay, ma'am, I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause. You qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary bond Okay, this appears to be some sort of mutual, and I'm not asking about the facts of the case. I don't want you to comment on that at all. But since both of you all got arrested, all right. Do you all want to, do you want to have contact with him?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I don't mind having contact with him.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Okay. And has anything like this happened before?
No.
Okay. All right. And so, ma'am, and you all don't live together?
We do.
You do live together?
Your Honor, if you can get testimony from the, what's his name? Mr. Starks, so we can see if he would like contact.
Mhm. Okay, ma'am, if you could step aside, and Mr. Starks, if you could approach. Okay. All right, sir, you were arrested for battery, dating violence, as well as resisting an officer without violence. Those are both misdemeanors. Okay, and you and Ms. Sanchez are or were in a relationship. Are you afraid of Ms. Sanchez?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and do you want to have contact with her pending the resolution of this case?
Of course, I feel like this was just a misunderstanding. That's all.
Okay, and do you all reside together?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't know why the paperwork says that you do not live together, but, okay.
It's like with the way my job is set up, I be working so far away sometimes and closer to like where she stays, so it's convenient for me to get to work closer to when I'm with her.
Do you have more than one residence?
Like my parents' house, but like when I'm at work in Kissimmee, I try to stay out there so I can get to work on time. Because it's like a 45-minute drive from my mom's house to work.
Okay.
I usually have to open the store like 7 o'clock in the morning, so.
Well, I think this would be a good time for you to just stay at your parents' house. You guys can take a little break, all right? And assess your relationship to see where you're going.
I understand.
All right, let's give you all some space. So, okay, you both qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to have the same conditions of the release for both of you. Neither of you, well, I'm going to do it one at a time so it's easier for the paperwork. So, Ms. Sanchez, you are to have no hostile contact with Mr. Starks. You can have contact, but no hostile contact. If you start feeling angry toward him, go for a walk. All right, just walk it off. Take yourself out of the situation, all right?
Like, would I be able to?
So maintain separate residences. At this time, even if it's convenient for him, it's not a good time to be staying at your house. He can make the drive from his parents. Okay, give you some space. Neither of you are to possess any weapons. Do you understand? All right. And then, as to Mr. Starks, I'm releasing you also on pretrial release on both cases. Same conditions, that you have no hostile contact, that you maintain a separate residence, and that you possess no weapons while you're on this release. Those are the conditions. All right. Are you seeking the public defender?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
They both? Okay, I'm appointing the public defender on each case.
Thank you.
No.
Just the bond, well, the PTR.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Ty Austin Caraway.
Okay, Mr. Caraway, you have an out-of-county warrant where the judge there set.
Yes, ma'am. I just did 6 months probation, and like 2 months in jail for this same charge. I got off probation February 12th of this month, or last month. So I have no clue what this is even about.
Okay, we have an out-of-county warrant for Lake County. You were on probation for petty theft. Actually, I don't know if you, it's from a 2020 case, 2020 MM5117.
Yeah,
And the judge there set you at no bond, so I can't alter their bond, okay? So you're going to be no bond and transported back to Lake County. I will appoint the public defender pending your transfer to Lake County. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am. I've already went to jail for the. I did 20-something days here and then 18 days in Lake County, and then yeah, I've already done this.
Well, sir, I have no way of knowing that this is not an active bond. It looks like it is an active bond. So there's that.
Sorry?
That's not you. Staying the bond. Okay. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Fernando Duran?
Okay, Mr. Duran, you have an out-of-county warrant from Lake County for child support. And I will stay the bond, and I'll appoint the public defender pending your transfer to Lake County. Okay? Is this a bond amount? Oh, you have somebody tell him he has a bond of $910 if he wants to bond out. In the computer. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Negrin Barrera, you have an out-of-county warrant for Seminole County, which the judge there set at no bond. I will appoint the public defender pending your transfer back to Seminole County. And they'll probably get you in the next day or two. Okay.
No, I speak English.
Excuse me?
He doesn't speak English. He needs a Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
See what we can do.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Teodoro Leal, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has been previously sworn, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. We have a quick IA here for a gentleman. We didn't realize he didn't speak English, so.
The interpreter is connected to the podium, Your Honor. Thanks.
Okay, sir, you have an out-of-county warrant for Seminole County for a traffic case. The judge in that case set your bond at no bond. I am appointing the public defender pending your transfer to Seminole County. They should pick you up in the next couple of days. That is all.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Es que el guarante es por cuando me cogieron sin licencia, pero yo tenía un hold de migración en aquel momento. Y entonces migración, yo hice un caso con migración y me deportan a Cuba. Y ahora regreso y me sueltan y ya estoy haciendo todos mis papeles en regla. No sé por qué el guarante.
Yeah, the thing is that I had this warrant, this arrest warrant for being caught driving without a license, but it so happened that I had an immigration hold, and I was then deported back to Cuba. And that case is ongoing. I am back. I'm trying to get all my paperwork in order, so I don't know why they still have the warrants.
Okay, you need to talk to the judge in Seminole County. I'm not the one who issued this. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
And Your Honor, if the interpreter could have the defendant's last name and case number, please.
Okay, it's Santiago Negrin, Negrin, Barreda, Barreda. And the case number is a Seminole County case. I don't know. I have 1810-423 MMA.
Thank you, Your Honor. That'll be sufficient. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Quite welcome, Your Honor.
Bye. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Charles Allen.
Okay, Mr. Allen, you have a warrant for a violation of probation for 2018 CF 11161. Okay, where the allegations are that you didn't pay money and that you missed a curfew. The judge on that matter set your bond at 0. I can't do anything about that. Are you seeking the public defender?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on that matter. Okay, and that is all.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Montavious Postel.
Okay, Mr. Postel, you are here on, both? 2 matters? All right, sir, you are here on a violation of probation as well as a new law violation. The new law violation is 2022 CF 2397AO, a possession of cocaine. And then there's also a violation of probation from a 2013 CF 9078AO. The violation of probation, the judge set you at no bond. I will be staying that bond. This is Judge Wooten. And then also on the possession of cocaine, I will set bond at $2,000 on that. Are you seeking the public defender or are you going to hire your own attorney? Qualify. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. That is all.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Daniel Rodriguez, Jr.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, you are here on a violation of probation in 2017 CF 7969. Looks like an armed burglary case. The violation of probation alleges a new law violation, and the judge set you at no bond. I will be staying that bond. Are you seeking the public defender's office?
Can I speak, please?
It's probably not going to be in your best interest. I'm not going to really be able to do anything.
I recommended against not speaking, however, you would like to speak to the court.
Okay.
Ma'am, I apologize for being, I don't want to be disrespectful or nothing like that. I just want to speak my piece because my Fourth Amendment was violated. All type of amendments were violated against me. When the officers came, they literally excessively beat me up. I literally have scars. Not only that, but they were told that I had a hit and run at 11 o'clock, and they supposedly said that I hit my woman at 4 p.m. The original charge, the domestic violence, is a new charge, and it got dropped. All I have is the misdemeanor without resisting without violence.
Sir, I'm going to stop you. There's going to be absolutely nothing I can do for you. The person you should be telling this to is the next judge. Actually, the person you should be telling this to is your attorney in the privacy of a conference room. And you can talk that through, and they can decide what to present to the court in your defense. I cannot do anything for you right now. All right, do you understand? So I'm going to cut you off for your own good, honestly. Thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Marcellus Willis.
Okay, Mr. Willis, you are, so is it for the violation of community control and a new law violation? Okay. I'm showing that you're on community control, and you have a new law violation of aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer with a motor vehicle. I did review that. I do find that there is probable cause. It's a warrant. Is there a bond? Okay, and the judge who signed this warrant has set you at no bond. Let's see.
It's stated until IAs, Your Honor.
It does say until IAs. However, he is on community control. Sir, given your status of community control, I'm going to stay the bond at no, well, actually, no, I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $25,000. If you have a violation of community control, I will set that bond at 0, no bond. And currently, you're out on bond for a reckless driving in 2021 CT 1332 AW. And I'm going to revoke that bond. And set a new bond in the amount of $1,000 for that matter, so. Conditions are that you have no contact with the victim, do not return to the scene, possess no weapon. Okay, and I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. Anything else? Have any 33-day motion? 2. All right, on 2022 CF 1144 AO, Jonathan Kirksey.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond Court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Minute. Hello, are you there?
Hello. Good morning. This is Paulo Lara, Portuguese interpreter.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. Is this Your Honor?
This is Judge Evelyn Jewett, and I'm out here at the BRC, and I have a gentleman, Batista Felix Rocha de Oliveira, for an initial appearance.
Perfect. I have not been sworn yet, Your Honor, today.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to translate from Portuguese to English, English to Portuguese, truthfully in these matters here today?
Yes, I do. Paulo Lara, Portuguese interpreter.
Okay. And, okay, I guess we don't do headsets because you're just in the room here. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Senhor, você pode me dizer o seu nome?
Batista Felix Rocha de Oliveira.
Batista Félix Rocha de Oliveira.
Okay. Sir, back in November, you failed to appear for court in front of Judge McGinnis on a charge of no valid driver's license, and he issued a warrant for your arrest and set a bond at $2,000, and I will stay the bond at $2,000.
Senhor, no dia, em novembro, você falhou em comparecer a uma audiência que havia sido estabelecida pelo juiz McGinnis e em relação à acusação de estar dirigindo sem uma carteira de habilitação válida. Então, ele decretou um mandado de prisão e estabeleceu a fiança no valor de $2.000. Eu vou manter a fiança no valor de $2.000.
Okay. Or, sir, if you wanted to resolve this case, well, sir, are you seeking the services of the Public Defender's Office?
Senhor, se você quiser resolver isso hoje, aliás, senhor, você está procurando o serviço do advogado da promotoria pública?
Não.
Não.
Okay. Sir, are you going to be able to bond out?
Senhor, você vai conseguir pagar a sua fiança?
$2.000, né?
$2,000?
It's $2,000. Yes.
$2.000.
All right. Okay, then that's all, sir.
Então vai ser apenas isso, senhor.
E como vai ficar?
And how's it gonna stay?
Eu não entendo.
I didn't understand.
Porque eu tenho que pôr um advogado, eu tenho que fazer o que para me sair? Eu não sei.
Do I have to get a lawyer? What do I have to do so I can get out?
Well, you can contact a bondsman. If you put up $2,000, either cash, or if you put up $2,000 via a bondsman, in which case you pay part of it, you don't get refunded that money, and then they'll be in charge of your court dates. If you'd like to have the public defender appointed, they are attorneys, but you were telling me you didn't want one. Are you sure?
Bom, o que você poderia fazer é entrar em contato com a pessoa que pode te ajudar com a fiança. No caso, você pode pagar em cash, né, em espécie, ou você pode pagar através de um financiamento dessa agência de fiança. Aí, no caso, eles ficariam responsáveis pela sua data de julgamento. Mas se você precisar de um advogado, eu posso nomear uma pessoa da promotoria pública. Eles são advogados para te ajudar. Mas você disse que não queria um advogado?
Não, eu quero advogado. Eu falei que não tinha entendido.
No, I want an attorney. I said that I had not understood.
Okay, did he fill out the financial affidavit?
Eu posso pagar os $2.000.
I can pay the
hoje.
$2,000. I can pay today.
Mr. Interpreter, I am giving him a form with the contact number for his attorney. I circled the form, if you could let him know.
Senhor, estamos lhe entregando um formulário com a informação de contato do seu advogado. Eu circulei a informação aqui para você com a informação do advogado. Por favor, veja no formulário.
Sir, I am appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay.
Senhor, estou nomeando o promotor público para lhe representar.
All right, that is all.
E é só isso.
Want him in jail without. Okay.
Your Honor, are there any other cases for
There
Portuguese?
are not. So do you need the case number?
I do have it here. I was just double checking, but
Okay.
thank you so much. Maybe the interpreter be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Thanks.
Bye-bye. All right. So are we doing in-jail arraignments now? Okay, sir, could you tell me your name?
Raimundo Carrasquillo.
Okay, Mr. Carrasquillo.
Ara.
Mr. Carrasquillo, you are represented by the Public Defender's Office. Let me see here.
Your Honor, we're going to enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, they're entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf, and you will have court dates in division, gosh. You have 84, 83, and 63, so they'll be on your paperwork. Oh, okay.
Okay, the first one, 2021 CT 8432, that's Division 84. It's gonna be pretrial conference, March 17th at 8:45 and 4B. 2021 CT 8438 is Division 83. It's gonna be pretrial conference, March 28th at 8:30 and 6C. And 22 CT 95 AO is Division 63, and it's gonna be March 29th at 1 PM in 10B.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Do a favor and consolidate those. Not you, them.
I'll let the attorney know and let him know too, okay?
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Clifford Daniel Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, the Public Defender's Office was already appointed to represent you, and you're charged with trespass after warning in a structure or conveyance.
Your Honor, we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay.
And this one is Division 83, pretrial conference, March 28th at 8:30 and 6C.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me look. Oh, you're fine. The attorney's working on it for you. You're welcome.
Well, she's represented by the public defender.
I will waive her appearance and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. Court date in Division 82.
Division 82, pretrial conference, March 22nd at 9 AM in 9B.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Brandon Palmer. Good afternoon, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Palmer, the Public Defender's Office has already been appointed to represent you.
Yes.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Mr. Palmer's going to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right.
Let's see this.
Okay, Mr. Palmer, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay, then to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you wish to plead?
No contest.
Okay, sir, I will accept your plea. I'll find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail.
Thank you.
Order court costs. You're going to owe about $320-something. How much time do you need to pay that?
I'm currently still going to be incarcerated on a charge that I have a bond for. I can't pay the bond. My family's currently in Europe.
Okay.
I'm waiting to go to court for it. I could pay it as soon as I get out, to be honest with you.
All right, I will give you 1 year from your release from incarceration, whenever that might be, to get that paid off. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on. Give me a second. I have just a moment, Your Honor.
How many days does he have time served? I'm sorry.
17 days.
Thank you.
Are you still showing on the violation of a domestic violence injunction? Are you still showing a bond?
500.
Because it's showing that that's supposed to be, I guess, deleted. And he can't bond out. So I see the order in here that shows it's supposed to be deleted, and he shouldn't be being held on the 500. It says, oh, you know why? They just did it right now. It looks like they did it today, so that may be why. Would you guys update it immediately? Or?
Yeah, but I said the court team will be able to update it. If
Okay, okay. So they just did it today, so just give it a second. You should be able to get out, okay?
Today?
I don't know how long that takes.
Okay. Do you have the case number for this by chance? Write it down right here for me. Thank you.
Just stand back there so we can take him, and I'll write it for you out.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Hello, I'm Vincent Powell.
Okay. Mr. Powell, you are represented by the Public Defender's Office. You're here for an arraignment on a charge of battery, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail, up to 1 year probation, up to a $1,000 fine.
Your Honor, we're going to enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, and you have a, go ahead.
Division 63 pretrial conference, March 29th at 1 p.m. in 10B.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
That's your next court date. Mhm.
All right, and good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, ma'am. Robert Stinson Jr.
Okay, Mr. Stinson, you're represented by the Public Defender's Office. You're here for pretrial on a charge of petty theft of $100 or more, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail, up to 1 year probation, up to a $1,000 fine.
And Your Honor, the offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, no return to 120 West Grant Street. It's a super target, and the cost of investigation of $117 to the Orlando Police Department. Mr. Stinson would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Didn't know you were there, sorry. Okay. So, sir, have you read through a plea form? Excuse me, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
I am.
And were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
I do. I'm a citizen.
Okay. Then to the charge of petty theft of $100 or more, how do you wish to plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily with an attorney with whom you say you're satisfied. I will withhold adjudication, sentence you to time served or the time you've already served in the Orange County Jail of 33 days. Order that you not return to the super target at 120 Grant Street, Orlando. Ordering that you pay cost of investigation of $117 to Orlando Police Department as well as court costs. Sir, are you being released today? Is this the only thing holding you?
They're going to check.
Okay.
No, he has a felony possession of cocaine case that he was revoked on that has a $1,000 bond.
Okay. Sir, I will give you 1 year from your release to get release from incarceration to get this paid off, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Please stay out of trouble.
Am I released?
Your release as to this charge. You have another charge that you have a bond on, you could bond on, but
Okay.
I'm not doing anything with
I
that.
see a new court date then. Court date for the felony?
On your felony, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mhm. Okay. Did they fill out the financial affidavit for the public defender? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to appoint the public defender. And let's see.
What is he here for? I can't find his paper.
She's here for a felony, it's trafficking and meth.
Oh, okay.
Trespass
Oh, we're
and
here.
drug paraphernalia.
Oh, I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'll set bond in the trafficking count of $50,000. On the trespass count of $150, possession of paraphernalia at $150. And special condition that she have no contact with the, not really a co-defendant, her co-arrestee. Not a co-defendant, but there were two people arrested at the same time. Shoot, I should have written the guy's name down.
Your Honor, I also ask that she not return to the scene.
Okay, not return to the scene. And have, the scene is, let me see.
Yes, sir, much better.
I think it's a Wawa.
Medium or small.
I think the scene is at the side of the road.
No, I think it's the 7-Eleven gas station, 5698 LB McLeod.
Okay, thank you. All right.
How are you?
And the other person, last name is Bjoring, B-J-O-R-I-N-G.
Are you looking for his
Alan
first name?
Bjoring. Okay. Okay. Co-defendant. The de facto co-defendant. All right. Is this Mr. Grant? Who do we have at the podium?
Say your name.
Joseph Finland.
Okay. Did Mr. Grant refuse? Is behind him. Okay. All right. Mr. Penland. Okay.
Rebecca?
So, sir, you were arrested and charged with resisting an officer with violence, a third-degree felony, as well as assault on a law enforcement officer, a first-degree misdemeanor, and resisting an officer without violence. I did review this. I do find probable cause. Are you seeking the public defender, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and I will set bond on your resisting with violence charge at $1,000, assault at $100, resisting without violence $100, and for you to have no contact with the named victim.
I'm homeless. I have not another way to get out of jail. I don't want to be in jail. My dog's tied up in the woods. I don't want to be able to have no money, man. I'm trying to get my benefits back. I'm trying to get my medication back. That officer jumped on me and hit me into the head, hit me into the concrete. I did nothing wrong.
Okay, well, sir, that's something you can talk to your attorney about, but this is what I'm setting your bond at here today.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Okay, so what do I do now?
Nothing, just wait, call the number. That's the first attorney, I'm gonna let them know.
Are you gonna help me?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them rush to open it.
Man, because that man was wrong.
Yeah, so go. I got it. Go ahead.
All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Lawyers, Antonio Grant. You.
Okay, you're Mr. Grant. All right. And are we just doing 22 CF 2405?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, you were arrested and charged with robbery with a deadly weapon, which is a first-degree felony. Okay. Probable cause was previously found. And I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And I'll set bond in the amount of $10,000. Special condition, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and possess no weapons.
Your Honor, it's a first-degree felony that's actually punishable by life. At this time, the state is asking that he be held no bond.
Okay. Given that, I will set no bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Should we have that before?
I don't want to seem like I understand nothing that's going on.
Yeah, give that boot to the judge.
All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
José Villa, esa persona no maneja, José Villavicencio.
Okay, Villavicencio?
Yeah, Villavicencio.
Okay, Mr. Villavicencio, you were arrested and charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence.
Those officers were fake. They were fake. They disappeared. They disappeared.
Okay, sir, well, I read the police report, and based on what I read in the police report, I do find that there was probable cause.
No, I tell you, I take over the property.
You what?
I take over Mr. Ted property. He used.
You-
I take over his
Your
property.
Honor, I ask that you appoint us. He has been deemed incompetent. We have all of his other cases.
Correct.
So I just ask that you appoint us and take no action on the out on bond and just set bonds on the new cases because he's been deemed incompetent and he does not meet the requirements of commitment.
Well, I am appointing the public defender, but here's the problem. He's on conditional release. One of the conditions of his release is that he not get arrested for anything new.
Yes, Your Honor. However, the court has said when one has been deemed incompetent to proceed, the court has two options. They can, if he does not meet the requirements of commitment, and that is either take no action or reset the bond amounts in his cases, Your Honor, because he can't plea his cases out.
Okay, well, several of these are felonies, so. Sir, you were found incompetent to proceed in front of Judge Steve Jewett, who set you on conditional release. One of the conditions of your release is that you commit no more crimes, and I understand that you're denying that at this point in time. I don't think we're doing him any favors here. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take no action on your cases that you're out on bond for, but on your battery on a law enforcement officer, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $3,500. And resisting an officer with violence, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500.
Miss, even here. And he was fucking the dog and he lady.
Okay. All right. I'll need to get a doctor out to see him soon.
Yes.
Anthony Burnett is mental health, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, and you set the bond in the resisting as well? I missed it.
Yes.
Okay.
3,500 and 500.
Thank you.
So. All right, Anthony Burnett, mental health, I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'll set bond in the amount of $1,000.
Your Honor, I ask that there be a no return.
And no return to the place of the trespass. All right. Ma'am, could you tell me your name?
Kelly Fortier.
Ms. Fortier, you failed to appear in front of Judge McGinnis, and he issued a warrant. You failed to appear for pretrial. He issued a warrant and set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to stay the bond. And you already have the public defender representing you.
To the bench, ma'am?
Excuse me?
Can I plead to the bench? I mean, can I be sentenced today? Or, because it's a second-degree misdemeanor?
Offer?
There's no offer from the state, Your Honor. I believe she's asking if you would be willing to make an offer for her to resolve her prostitution charge.
Because I've been in jail 7 years.
You know what her time served is?
Yes, 16 days.
How many?
16.
16 days. Ma'am, if you wanted to resolve this today, the court would adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 16 days Orange County Jail with credit for 16 days time served, order court costs, cost of prosecution. Is there any cost of investigation?
Not that I'm aware of. Your Honor, the reason that it's possible to resolve these now, but there are statutory requirements in that they have to, those charged with prostitution have to take an HIV and STD course? Is it a course or the test?
On the outside.
Your Honor, I would just, we're okay with that being set. She has to show proof to the clerks that she completes it within the 30 days. If you give her 30 days, is what they normally do.
Do that. I mean, we plea people all the time.
No, I have no objection. It's just to explain that those are those requirements as well, so it cannot just be a straight credit time served offer without that condition also being imposed.
So,
Ma'am, do you want to resolve this or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and it would include that test. So.
I gotta go out today.
Judge McGinnis would welcome this.
Sorry.
All right, ma'am, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Your Honor.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Ma'am, I do.
Okay, then to the charge of prostitution, how do you wish to plea?
No content?
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 16 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 16 days time served, order court costs, costs of prosecution, and also order that you, what is the class?
Take the HIV test?
HIV test within 30 days. Show proof to the clerk within 30 days that you've completed that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Ma'am, be careful out there. It is very dangerous, and I think you know that.
Yes.
Right.
I just turned 60 Tuesday, so I'm done.
Well, let's
Thank you.
stay alive, okay?
Good day.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Devon Gibbons is mental health.
Lives for him. Mental health, I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
Your Honor, he has an offer to resolve his case. I just asked that he be reset for tomorrow. I didn't see any mental health issues.
Me either. Wasn't he driving around the Hertz lot?
Oh, okay. Never mind, Your Honor. I will waive the appearance because he's
Mr.
probably not-
Gibbons?
Yeah, he's not going to
Talking
be able
about?
to come tomorrow either.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender, and I will. Huh. He's mental health, really? Okay, I will set bond in the amount of $500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let me see, counsel.
Your Honor, I ask for no return to the Hertz located at 9403 Jeff Fuqua Boulevard.
Yes, no return to the Hertz out at the airport. Okay. Whatever address she just gave you. All right. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Kelly Gooden.
Okay, Mr. Gooden, you were arrested and charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, excuse me, as well as open container.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, with regard to the possession of drug paraphernalia, case number 22MM1402, state announces a no information.
Okay. Then, as to the open container, we have a plea.
Yes, Your Honor. It is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and Mr. Gooden would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, sir, have you read through a plea form before, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the charge of open container, how do you wish to plea?
No contest, ma'am.
Okay, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I will withhold adjudication, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail, order court costs, and I will reduce those to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court, sir. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you. Stay out of trouble.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It'll be an expensive beer. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
David Alexander Graham, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Graham.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, you're here on a charge of trespass after warning, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail, up to a year probation, up to a $1,000 fine.
Your Honor, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 605 West Colonial Drive. Mr. Graham would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. All right. Sir, have you read through a plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the charge of trespass on property after warning, how do you wish to plea?
No contest, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail. Order that you not return to 605 West Colonial Drive, Orlando. Also that you pay court costs. Let's see. And I will reduce those to a civil judgment. Sir, if you go back there, they're going to keep arresting you, and you may sit a lot longer next time. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay. Release you as to this charge. And that's all. Okay. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Thomas Nelson.
Okay, Mr. Nelson, you were arrested and charged with open container as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. And you were out on an ROR on a charge of possession of cocaine in 2021 CF 15119AO.
Your Honor, with regard to the possession of drug paraphernalia, case number 22 MM 1392, state announces a no information.
Okay.
As to the city case, Your Honor, the offer is a withhold credit time served. Mr. Nelson would like to accept, and is your plea of no contest?
All right. Sir, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime can subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then to the charge of open container, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
Sir, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily with an attorney with whom you say you're satisfied, and I will withhold adjudication, order that you serve the, how many credit for time served, 2 days? Give you 2 days credit for time served in the Orange County Jail, order court costs. I will reduce those to a civil judgment, sir. Sir, you're out on an ROR. Part of the ROR is that you not get arrested for anything else. Okay.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you take no action, given that he did resolve his out on bond case, and that he is out on a nonviolent offense. So I just ask that you consider that and take no action. He's currently he's disabled, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to repost the bond, Your Honor.
Sir, if I were to revoke your ROR and give you a bond, I don't know that you're going to be able to make it, which means you'd be sitting, any bond would be basically a no bond for you. Okay. However, that's what I really should do. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to maintain your ROR here, but understand, if you're back there with an open container, they're going to arrest you again, and the next judge is not going to look as kindly on this, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir. Please be careful out there. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Michael Stephen Kellum.
Okay, Mr. Kellum, you failed to appear on January 18th in front of Judge Steve Jewett, and he set bonds in the amount of $1,000 on each count. So I am going to stay those bonds. You already have the public defender's office representing you. So that's what we're doing today.
I was incarcerated at that time, ma'am,
Where were you incarcerated?
at Volusia County Corrections,
Okay.
and I
Did
notified
you call
them.
anybody and let anybody know that?
I told the jail, and they told me that they were going to let the courts down here know.
So, all right. Sir, this is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm not going to go back on your old bond. I don't have anything from your bondsman saying that, so I'm going to set your bond at $250 on count 1 and $250 on count 2 for a total of $500.
Your Honor,
Yes.
again, because this is a failure to appear, unless you are the chief judge, the judge who set it, it's going to your division, or the judge who did set it say that you can change it, the bond cannot be changed.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't, even with the bail bondsman, it's going to be the same amount.
So it doesn't matter?
No, it's still gonna be 100.
All right. So I'll stay the bonds the way they were. Although I assure you, I could get the permission of the judge that did that. Really annoying.
So are you gonna set it at 250, Your Honor?
She's staying.
No, I'm staying the bond as Judge Steve Jewett ordered,
Thank you very much,
without
Your
full
Honor.
knowledge. Thank you. Jail, let us know.
No, you didn't come. I'm sorry. No, they didn't give an offer today. No check, but I don't, so.
Okay. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Stacy.
Okay, Mr. Stacy, you failed to appear for trial on February 14th in front of me.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
And I have no excuse. I overslept. I made it.
Your Honor, and for the state, I have an offer from the state attorney's office that was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return, cost of investigation in the amount of $50.68 to the Orlando Police Department. And Mr. Stacy would like to accept that offer. I don't know if you could see it.
I'll take a look.
Thank you.
I think we're going to be able to take care of this, Mr. Stacy.
I'm sorry, can you say the offer one more time, please?
Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return, court cost, and there's a cost of investigation in the amount of $50.68 to the Orlando Police Department.
Ms. Davis, can you confirm how much credit time served he has?
One moment.
Thank you.
It's around 8 days.
It's 8 days.
Your Honor, the offer is actually 20 days in Orange County Jail.
That's not what I see. 211. I had it, they sent it over February 11th of this year. So, I don't know. So are you asking for 28 days now?
That's what I see. It's an offer of 20 days, Orange County Jail, court cost, no return, cost of investigation of $50.68. You have an email or something?
In the system, yeah.
You know what, I see what you're talking about. I'm fine with the credit time served offer.
Okay.
Okay.
So Mr. Stacy would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Sir, have you seen a plea form before, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication,
No,
or
ma'am.
alcohol? All right, and are you, were you on probation at the time of this
No, ma'am.
offense? And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then 2, the charge of criminal mischief. How do you wish to plea?
No contest.
Okay, sir, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 8 days in the Orange County Jail, give you credit for the 8 days you've already served. Order that you not return to the Aux School at 1100 West Colonial Drive, Orlando.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm ordering restitution, reserving as to the amount. I'll reserve jurisdiction for 60 days. Okay, I'm ordering cost of investigation of $50.68 payable to Orlando Police Department, as well as court costs. I will give you 1 year to pay that. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. I'll release you as to this charge. This the only thing holding you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you gonna stay out of trouble?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
I give him a year to pay.
A year to pay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Some stuff.
All right. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
AJ Brooks.
Okay, Mr. Brooks, you were arrested and charged with soliciting without a permit.
And Your Honor, the offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. Mr. Brooks would like to accept an enter plea of no contest.
Okay. All right. Sir, have you read through a plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? I can't hear you.
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense? No. And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Then 2, the charge of soliciting without a permit. How do you wish to plea?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've already served here in the Orange County Jail, order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Sir, they're going to keep arresting you for this, okay? So stop doing it. Good luck to you. Okay. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Oh, Chen.
Okay, Mr. Chen, you were arrested and charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage.
Your Honor, the offer is a withhold, credit time served. Mr. Chen would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay.
And as to his out on bond, Your Honor, I'd ask that you take no action. The state has not filed an information yet, and the offense was September 17th of 2021.
Okay. All right. Mr. Chen, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the charge of open container, how do you wish to plea?
No contact.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail, order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Court will take no action on the case that's not been filed on yet, 2021 CF 12399AO.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. Stay out of trouble. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Dennis Hoover?
Okay, Mr. Hoover. You were arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and urinating or defecating in public.
Your Honor, the offer is a withhold credit time served. Mr. Hoover would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Thank you.
And the same is true for his out on bond, Your Honor. There has been a no information filed, which is why he was released ROR.
Okay. All right, sir, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
Ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
Ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Ma'am.
Then to the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
And to the charge of urinating or defecating in public, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
Sir, I will accept your plea. Find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication. Sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail. Order court costs. I will reduce this to a civil judgment. And the other charge isn't filed on, so I will take no action. So, thank you.
You too, right?
30 days to appeal. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Anthony Lazara.
Okay, Mr. Lazara, you were arrested and charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage, violation of a city ordinance.
Your Honor, the offer is a withhold credit time served. Mr. Lazaro would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Mr. Lazara, have you previously read through a plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
No.
If you're not a United States citizen?
No, ma'am.
You don't understand that, or you do understand that?
I believe so. I'm from here.
Okay, all right. I just say it to everybody, sir, so. Okay, and so to the charge of open container of an alcoholic beverage, how do you wish to plea?
No contest, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail. Order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. And good luck to you, sir. Please don't do that anymore. It's an expensive beer, okay? All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Timothy Dwayne Lyman.
Mr. Lyman, you are arrested for disorderly conduct.
The offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and court costs, Your Honor, and Mr. Lyman would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Mr. Lyman, have you seen a plea form before, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you are not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
Okay, sir, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail, order court costs, reduce those to a civil judgment. Sir, you're out on an ROR on a felony possession of Udalone.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you take no action, given that it is a nonviolent offense. And Mr., where'd my paper? He pled to the charge, so I'd ask that you consider that and not take any action on his out on bond. Mr. Lyman, sorry, I couldn't find my paper.
I'm going to take no action. As to the bond status, okay, you're ROR'd on your other case. I'm going to leave that ROR. Make sure you make all of your court dates, sir, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Stay out of trouble.
Thank you.
Mr. Martin, his mental health. I'll appoint the public defender.
Your Honor, I will waive the appearance. Oh, no, I won't. Can we reset him till tomorrow, Your Honor? He has a offer to resolve his case.
Will he still be mental health tomorrow? I mean, how does that work? We can reset him and try.
Yes, I would just ask, because I don't believe he's gonna be able to postpone, so I just ask that we reset him. If he doesn't come, I'll waive tomorrow, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender now, and we'll reset him for tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon. Could you tell me your name, sir?
Reginald Jones, Jr.
Okay, Mr. Jones. Sir, you were arrested and charged with driving while license suspended or revoked. Great. And you're currently out on PTR for a DUI, so I am going to revoke your PTR, your pretrial release for your DUI at this time, and I will set bond on the DUI in the amount of $1,000. As to the new driving while license suspended, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500. $500. Sir, when you have a DUI suspension, okay, and then you're driving on that suspended license, I mean, today's IAs, so you're presumed innocent at this point in time, but you are very possibly looking at some time in jail. Okay, I'm just letting you know. I don't think this is my case. Oh, I do this, okay. Correct? Got it? Got it. And I'm appointing the public defender. He didn't fill it out? Or did? Sir, are you going to get a private attorney?
I have one at this time.
Okay.
The DUI case.
All right. Is that Mr. Outlaw? Is that the one with Mr. Outlaw?
Yes, so I ask that you not appoint us, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I'm not appointing the public defender. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Old Robert James Kepke.
Okay, Mr. Kepke, you failed to appear On a case, and that judge set your bond at 500, so I will stay the bond at 500. And are you seeking the public defender, or do you already have an attorney? Did he qualify? Okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
I have just a second, Your Honor. Okay, so.
Willis, in front of Judge Johnson.
Are you sure? All right, Your Honor, Your Honor, the offer from the state to resolve the case is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Mr. Copa would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. No, it's an adjudication. Okay. Sir, have you read through a plea form before, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into this plea?
Ma'am?
Have you read through a plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Fortunately, yes, ma'am.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Absolutely. I've
Are you-
done it over with than to waste more time and effort than what it was.
Okay. Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Were you on probation at the time of this offense? And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Part of me wants to say, "Si, señorita."
Okay. All right. And sir, to the charge of driving while license suspended, how do you wish to plea?
There is no contest on that, ma'am.
I will accept your plea, find you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily, and I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail. Order court costs, I'll give you 12 months to pay those. Sir, in looking at your driving record, now this is from a few months ago, so I don't know if something else has happened in the interim. From what I'm looking at, this is your second within 5. If you get one more of these, if you keep driving, get one more of these, you're going to be habitualized, habitual traffic offender. You'll lose your license for 5 years. Do you understand? And then they can also file that as a felony. Do you understand?
May I point something out to you? In 10 years that I haven't had my license, I've been stopped multiple times, and this isn't something I'm saying to get me in trouble, but the most recent thing that happened was a head-on collision. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What I'm hearing is that you're still driving even though you know you don't have a driver's license. Okay. That's what's ringing loud and clear in my mind, is that you have no respect for the fact that you don't have a license.
That wasn't it, ma'am.
Okay.
I waited because it was the right thing to do, and
Okay, I understand. It's really hard to get around in Central Florida if you don't have a driver's license and can't drive. So do what you can to fix your problem, all right? So good luck to you, sir.
thank you.
Brittany Laughlin refused, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I apologize. Mr. Kepke, can you tell me what the credit time served at? Okay, thank you.
And I will waive the appearance.
Bonded.
Oh, left, okay.
Brittany
Brittany bonded.
Laughlin?
Brittany Laughlin bonded?
Did she bond or she refused?
Bonded.
She
She's released.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Carlton Conway? Is that you? Okay. Good afternoon.
Say it again.
All right, could you tell me your name, sir?
Carlton Conway.
Okay, Mr. Conway, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. I have read through this, and I do find that there is probable cause on this. They're saying that he qualifies for PTR. Okay. All right, and sir, are you seeking the public defender?
Excuse me?
Are you seeking to have the public defender appointed to represent you, or are you going to hire your own attorney?
Public defender.
You fill it out? Sir, you need to fill out a financial affidavit for that purpose. Okay. All right, sir, so as to the aggravated assault, I will release you on pretrial release with the following conditions: that you possess no weapons, that you have no contact with the victim or the witnesses in this case, and that you not return to where this occurred.
5810 Raleigh Street.
Okay. This is Conway. Or witnesses. No return to, what is this, Raleigh Street?
5810 Raleigh Street, it is the Wawa gas station.
Oh, he did fill it out? Okay.
Never mind.
He did fill it out, so I am appointing the public defender to represent him.
Filled it out.
I was looking at the wrong person.
Oh, so we're good.
All right. I'm appointing them to represent you, sir. Okay, that is all. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Stay out of trouble. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Rosana Cortijo.
Okay, Ms. Cortijo, you were arrested and charged with possession of fentanyl, a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years prison, up to 5 years probation, up to a $5,000 fine. Let's see. Are you seeking the public defender? Did she fill it out? Did Cortijo? Okay, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you in this matter. Okay. Okay. And I'm setting your bond at $1,000. That is all. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Eddie Cox.
Okay, Mr. Cox, you were arrested on a charge of possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay. And I'm setting your bond in the possession of cocaine at $1,000, the paraphernalia at $100, and appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name, sir?
Cesar Cruz Diaz.
Okay, Mr. Cruz, you were arrested and charged with possession of fentanyl as well as trespass on property after warning. Okay, and you are currently out on, well, you were ROR previously, but now the case has been filed. And they have filed charges of possession of heroin, possession of cocaine, trespass, and criminal mischief. So as to the possession of fentanyl, I will set bond at $1,000. On the trespass on property after warning, I'll set bond at $100. I am appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay, I'm going to revoke your pretrial release on 2021 CF 15710AO.
Your Honor, he bonded on that case.
He's already bonded?
No, like, he wasn't out on pretrial release, he was out on bond on that case. On the out on bond?
Okay. All right, well then I'm going to revoke his bond. Didn't see a bond. And revoke his bond and set a new bond in the amount of $1,000 on the possession of heroin, $500 on possession of cocaine, $100 on the trespass, $100 on the criminal mischief. And that is all.
Your Honor, with regard to the new law, can I also get a no return? 22 CF 2395. Can I get a no return to the property he was trespassed from, which is the Wawa located at 2225 South Goldenrod Road?
Yes, no return to that Wawa. Right. Right. No, I said possession of heroin, cocaine, trespass, and criminal mischief. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Ralph John Dorcas.
Okay, Mr. Is it Darkus? Yes. Okay. All right. So are we just doing the Prozalam case?
Yes.
All right, sir, you were arrested and charged.
I'm so sorry. But you still will need to address the violation of probation cases due to the fact that's what they booked him in on as well. But the defendant is not on probation, he's on parole.
Okay. All right. So, sir, you have a new arrest for a charge of a possession of a Prozalam, which is a third-degree felony. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on that case and setting a bond in the amount of $1,000 on that case. Unfortunately, you are out on parole, and they have filed violations of parole, which are, I believe, no bond, correct?
Correct.
And I'm staying the no bond status on those, and I've appointed the public defender's office.
So, I don't know, are you just missing the violation of probation, Your Honor? Because he was booked in on a violation of probation, and he's not on probation. So I don't know if you would ROR as to those cases. I mean, he's not going anywhere anyway, but he doesn't have a violation of probation.
Okay. Is there a case number for violation of probation?
I don't have the case number, Your Honor.
It's 2130841 and 2131035. They're out of Volusia County.
Okay. And he's not on probation?
Yes, he's not on probation, he's on parole.
Okay.
I'm guessing the arresting officer was confused by the DOC screen because he served the warrant on the parole, but then I guess he thought he was on probation. as well
Mm-hmm.
for the charges out of Volusia County, but he's on parole for those charges, not probation. But he did 2 on-view VOPs for those, but he's not on probation.
Okay. So as to the violations of probation, I will dismiss the violation of probation since he's not on probation. I'm going to ROR him on the violations of probation, but I'm staying the no bond status on the violations of parole.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. You all are telling me he's not on probation, so I'm dismissing the violation of probation since he's not on probation and RORing him. I mean, it doesn't exist. It's a mistake.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Right,
VOPs on just ROR.
ROR, but no bond on the violations of parole.
Yeah, he's already a no bond, but they're not seen at IAs.
I just want to
He's
make
at a no
sure that it's not. Here, give you that back.
That's not.
All right.
Okay, so you need a bond. Say your name.
Hello, I'm Joshua Duncan.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with 2 counts of sexual acts with a 16 or 17-year-old child, which are second-degree felonies. I am appointing the public defender to represent you. Right. And I'm setting bonds in the amount of $20,000 on count 1 and $20,000 on count 2, with special conditions that you have no contact with the alleged victims or their families, no unsupervised contact with anybody under 18 years of age.
Your Honor, my client can't afford a $20,000 bond. He's been in the Orlando area for 3 years, and based on the facts of this case, it was alleged even by the victim that he did not know of the age of the victim. So I just ask that you consider reducing the bond amounts.
The request is denied. Thank you. You can talk to the next judge.
Oh, you have to call the number. Maybe try to reduce it. Call the attorney, will speak to you one-on-one.
All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Carlos Harrison.
Okay, Mr. Harrison, you were arrested on a charge of possession of cocaine, a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years prison, up to 5 years probation, up to a $5,000 fine. And then you also failed to appear in front of Judge Roche on a case, and she set a $5,000 bond for you. So on the failure to appear in 2021 CF 8375AO, I will set bond, I'll stay the bond from Judge Roach at $5,000. On the possession of cocaine, I'll set the bond at $1,000. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. And that is all. Okay. All right, good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Shanae Matthews.
Okay, Ms. Matthews, you were arrested on a charge of grand theft third degree in 2022 CF 238B, and I will set bond in the amount of $1,500 and appoint the public defenders to represent you in that case. Then in 2021 MM 8699AO, you failed to appear in front of Judge Bigney. She set a no bond status for you, so I'm going to stay the no bond status.
I have a question. Because She's. No, this is a judge. Excuse me.
Yes.
So I can't get a bond on my failure to appear. I was incarcerated. That's the.
Okay. I'm not the judge that set that, so you need to ask the next judge to set that, okay? Thank you. All right. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Mbutha Elvis.
Okay. Is it Butha?
Mbutha Elvis.
Mbutha Elvis.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years prison, up to 5 years probation, up to a $5,000 fine, and also charged with resisting an officer without violence. Does he qualify for the public defender? Yes, Elvis. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
No.
And set bond in the amount of $1,000 on the possession of cocaine and $100 on the resisting an officer without violence. That is all.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, we didn't follow.
Okay.
Stephon Mean, his behavior, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
I'm appointing the public defender and leaving him set at no bond, or setting him at no bond. Also, no contact with the victim or witnesses, no return. Okay. And possess no firearms or any weapons. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Lexi Mercado.
Okay, Mr. Mercado. Okay. So we're doing both cases here?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you were arrested on a charge of burglary of a structure, a third-degree felony, as well as criminal mischief, a second-degree misdemeanor, and petty theft of $100 or more, a first-degree misdemeanor, and I will set bond on the burglary of a structure at $3,500, criminal mischief $150, petty theft $150, for a total of $3,800 on that case. That's on 22 CF 1272AO. And special conditions that you have no contact with the victim or any of the witnesses, not return to the scene, not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, and not possess any weapons. Whose conditions are these?
I apologize, Your Honor. I was looking at the wrong case. What did you say for the bond amount for count one? Burglary of a structure?
Well, mine disagrees with what was here, so we're doing one or another. Hold on.
I think it was 3,500
Yeah,
you
you
said.
set it at 35.
I set it at 3,500, but somebody, who I don't know who signed this? I mean, whose order is this? Okay, I'm just going to go with the warrants unit, although I don't know who signed this warrant, because it doesn't have their name or signature on it. I'm going to change the bond to burglary of a structure. I'll stay it at 1,000, criminal mischief at 500, petty theft at 500. I had this when I was reading the stuff. With the conditions as previously stated. Then, sir, you have failed to appear on a charge of burglary of a structure and criminal mischief. I don't know who you failed to appear in front of. They said you failed to appear for a status hearing on September 24th of last year. And set your bond on the burglary of a structure at $3,500 and $150 on your criminal mischief. I will stay that matter, as well appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay. Sir, how are you employed?
I'm a commercial fisherman.
A what?
Commercial fisherman.
Commercial fisherman? Okay. Sir, you don't qualify for the public defender. I'm not going to take him off the other case, but I'm not going to appoint him on the new one, so. Okay? All right, thank you, sir.
Miranda, bonded.
Okay. Hey, Ms. Patterson? Okay, ma'am, could you tell me your name?
Veronica Patterson.
Okay, Ms. Patterson. Are you seeking the public defender?
Yes.
Okay, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. You were arrested on a charge of battery on a person 65 years of age or older, which turns a regular battery into a felony. Okay, so it's a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years prison, up to 5 years probation, up to a $5,000 fine. Okay, you have any input here? Okay.
Your Honor, I would ask for pretrial release. She does qualify.
Okay. And you do qualify for pretrial release. I will release you on pretrial release with the following conditions: that you not have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim or the witnesses in this case, that you reside separately, and that you not return to the scene of the offense. Do you have property at that offense?
Your Honor, Your Honor, the alleged incident occurred at her property. The victim no longer resides there, so I would just ask for the maintain separate residences and the no contact order.
All right, we'll maintain separate residences. Yeah, strike the do not return if it's her own house. Okay. And no contact and possess no weapons. And that is all. That was a weird fact scenario anyway. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
John Kennard Porter.
Hey, Mr. Porter, you were arrested and charged with kidnapping as well as burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery therein, which is a punishable by life offense, as well as simple battery. So on the kidnapping, I'm setting no bond. Burglary of a dwelling, I'm setting no bond. And on the battery, I'll set a bond of $1,000. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Special conditions of the bond are, well, special conditions are no contact with the victim or any of the witnesses, whether you're in jail or not in jail. So that means don't be calling people. Okay. Any other conditions, state?
No return to the scene, no weapons, no firearms.
No weapons, no firearms, no return to the scene.
Your Honor, per the affidavit, there was someone else, well, never mind, because it doesn't list the name, never mind.
Okay. All right. So no contact. And I've appointed the public defender to represent you, sir. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Sharon Ann Denise Roberts.
Okay, Ms. Roberts, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. And then there's another case of possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and open container. Are we doing both cases?
All three cases, yes, ma'am.
Oh, 3 cases. Correct. One's a city case. Yeah. Looked at it, but I forgot. Okay. Ma'am, so as to 22 CF 2387AO on the possession of cocaine, I'll set bond at 1,000, and drug paraphernalia set bond at 100. Then on 22 CF 2415, possession of cocaine set bond at 1,000, and the drug paraphernalia set bond at 100. And then on the open container case, I'll set bond at 100. $1,100. Okay. And I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on all of those cases, ma'am. Anyway, so no. It's redundant, that's all. Okay. That's all, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Michael Rodriguez.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez. Let's see. This is just one case. Is there a case number? No. All right, sir, you were arrested and charged with sale and delivery of cocaine, sale and delivery of fentanyl, possession of cannabis under 20 grams, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and what is public order crimes, criminal attempt felony? Anybody know? Okay.
I just said the same thing. It's that one.
I need to remind myself, I read this a couple hours ago.
Oh.
So are you seeking the public defender be appointed? Are you seeking that the public defender be appointed to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Or are you going to hire your own attorney?
Well, for the moment, I'll have the public defender's office represent me.
You'd repeat that?
For the moment, I have the public defender's office represent me.
Okay. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Okay. And I will set bond as follows on the, should I see that paperwork again? On the delivery of fentanyl, I'll set bond at $15,000. On the sale and delivery of cocaine at $150. On the public order crimes, attempted third-degree felony, set bond at $150. On the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, set bond at $150. In possession of cannabis, set bond at $150. Kate, do you want any special conditions?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Okay, then that is all. I see it. I'm just clicking on that. So are we just doing the battery? We're not doing the burglary with the battery?
No, Your Honor, no, we're not. But this is,
All right. So we're only here on 22 CF 2355 AO, battery with one battery prior, which is a third-degree felony.
yes, for Mr. Sanders, but
Mr. Sanders refused.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Oh, that's on Sanders?
no, Your Honor.
All right. I thought I knew Clemmy Sanders. All right. Listen to this. So you're waiving, I'm appointing the public defender to represent him. And we're just doing the battery?
Yes,
Just to be clear. I'm sorry, I keep asking the same question. I'm just confused. All right. And I will set bond in the amount of $2,500 on that matter. So it says PTR. I don't want a PTR. I'm 2,500.
Are you gonna keep the condition? Your Honor?
But I will keep the conditions, which are no contact directly with the victim or co-defendant or witness, and do not return to the scene of the offense. Okay.
Sarah Suffield refused.
Sarah Suffield refused. Okay.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Robin Borough.
Oh, okay.
On the case.
Okay, she's a conflict attorney. All right, and I will stay the no bond status that Judge Davis set for her on her failures to appear. And does she have a new arrest?
yes, she also has the possession of cocaine.
Okay, and I'll set bond at $1,000 on that. You have two people and I have one paper. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Yes, Shane Ultimo.
Okay, were you here yesterday?
I was.
Okay, I thought I'd seen the name before and you, it's not necessarily a good thing when you start looking familiar, sorry.
Definitely not.
All right, so which case are we here on today?
On the
I have a whole list of cases, but
22 CF 2402, 2403, and 22 MM 1391.
okay, so we're not doing the others. All right, sir, you were arrested and charged with grand theft third degree in 2402 and grand theft third degree in 2203. And petty theft, retail theft in 22 MM 1391 AO. Okay. So in 2022 CF 2402, the grand theft third degree, I will set bond in the amount of $500. Special condition that you not return to Lowe's Home Improvement at 2800 West Sand Lake Road. Okay. Then in 22 CF 2403, grand theft third degree, I will set bond in the amount of $2,000. Special condition that you not return to the target at 880 West Sand Lake Road, Orlando, Florida, and have no contact with any victim there. And in 22 MM 1391 AO, I'll set bond in the amount of $500 in order that you not return to the target at 880 West Sand Lake Road, Orlando, and that you have no contact with any named victim there. Right, and you already, he doesn't have Ms. Bear. And I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. So
I can bond out today? Okay, so I still have the one that's 0. Thank you.
New case appoint a PD, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay. Get an interpreter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Laura Arroyo, State Certified Interpreter and previously sworn.
Good afternoon. I have one in jail, IA, who requires an interpreter.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm establishing connection right now with the podium. Connection is established.
Okay, sir, could you tell me your name?
Brian Cuascu Cordero.
Brian Coscu Caldero.
Okay, Mr. Coscu Cordero, you failed to appear in front of Judge Tanya Wilson on your charges of possession of cocaine as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. And when you did that, she revoked your bond and set you at no bond. So I will stay your no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you. And you're going to have a bond hearing in front of Judge Davis in order to change that.
Okay, but when would that take place?
Well, when your attorney comes out and talks to you and sets up a bond hearing in front of her, okay?
El día que yo tuve que me soltaron, me dijeron que me iba a llegar mi papel de corte a mi casa y nunca me llegó.
The day that I was released, they told me that I was going to be receiving the court papers in my mail, but I never received them.
Okay, and again, that's something you need to talk to Judge Wilson about. I cannot change her order. You may want to give them an updated address. Okay. All right, that is all.
Your Honor, may the interpreter have the case number, please?
You may. It is 2021 CF 12015AO.
Thank you very much. If the interpreter is no longer needed, she will disconnect.
All right, have a great day.
I created a new YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing to my new channel. Sit back, relax and enjoy this preview of the content from my new channel. You can find a link to my new channel in the description or comments section below. Do the work.
The mind always has the tactical advantage over you. Why is that? It knows your fears.
You're not as afraid of as many things as you think, and you're braver than you know. One of the problems with being anxious about something is you won't speak of it. It's like Voldemort. And then if you don't speak of it, it's way bigger than it should be. As soon as you start talking about it, you cut it down to size. So as soon as you're brave enough to start talking about what you're afraid of, then you see that there's more to you than you thought, and that there's less to the problem than you thought. And then it doesn't seem to be that you get less frightened, it seems to be that you get more courageous.
When I was a young kid, I considered myself very weak. And as I started developing this indestructible mental toolbox, the things I was most afraid of, I cowered from. I had to start facing these things and becoming an expert at the things I feared the most. I was afraid of my own mind. My mind would get off on these crazy places of woe is me. I consider myself the worst person ever alive. But once I started mastering my own life, I started realizing, my God, man, this was in me. So I started realizing the capabilities of the human soul and the human mind. I put myself in hell, lived in it for a long time, and figured out how the human mind works while suffering, while pain, while misery. And that's how I wrote my book. I want to tell you exactly what your mind is thinking. Most of us don't stay in hell long enough to write the book. I stayed in long enough to write it and finish the book.